Okay. Even since yesterday, they've updated Riverside. Do you see that new live button? Did you have that last time?
Yeah.
That's wild to me. That is completely new on my side. And I'm like, you know what? I'm here for it. When your software products update and they don't start raising your prices immediately, I'm always kind of here for that. But hey, Jordan, how are you? Oh, were you going to give a clap?
No, I was gonna say, hey Mel, can we get the layouts put back to how they were? There's too much of my room exposing me right now.
Oh my God. I actually can't change the layout on my
I was
side
gonna
either.
say, yeah,
Boom.
yeah. And when I changed it last time, it didn't change it for you guys at all. So
Wild. But hey, guys, welcome to another episode of Lunch with the Boys. My name is Cody Anderson. I'm joined by Jordan Vogel, and we are both part of Good Rep Media. Good Rep Media, if you don't know, is a small business marketing agency. We help small businesses rank better on Google. We help you get customers finding your website online, finding your Google business profile, helping with your reputation on social media. If that's something you want a little help with. If you want an audit on everything that you've got going on, little notebook about how you can improve, schedule a free 30-minute consultation. We offer those free of charge. Goodrep.media/chat. Go check out our site. Real easy, simple. But as is, today we have a fun one for you. I'm actually super excited, Jordan, to jump through all of these. We've got 5 lawn care related websites. And I kind of wanted to jump in and kind of get first impressions, thoughts, basically first impressions, thoughts on the homepage, why you think the site is failing or succeeding, and then any of the trust signals, the things that you see that you would like to include on other sites. And so those are kind of the big points that we're going to get into here. As is, Jordan, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? How was your Monday?
I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. There are a couple of roadblocks throughout the day yesterday, but
Dude, I feel
we're
like
looking to
Monday's a
get over those
roadblock.
today. What's that?
I feel like Monday itself is a roadblock.
Monday itself is a roadblock, but we're getting past them. We're working our way through. Um, yeah, having a pretty good
Heck
day.
yeah. I feel like, especially when you work in marketing, every new day, sorry, knocked over my water. Every new day is another new challenge, another new problem to figure out. But let's jump in. I'm going to figure out, we've not done a ton of sharing here. So I'm going to share a screen and we're going to start with Big Lakes Lawn Care. And I want to scroll through this real quick. I want to get a quick 5-second scroll. And what are your initial thoughts, Jordan?
It's clean. It does what it needs to do. Seeing a lot of parallels to kind of like what we got going on ours, which is always feels good, especially if these guys are finding success. Um,
I'm going to reject all those cookies real quick.
we talked on trust factors right down there at the bottom. I feel like they've added in a lot of those over on the left side there.
These right here.
Pretty much every one of those things over there is kind of providing trust to the brand, reasons to like them. Um, yeah, same with that. Honestly, I like
Ooh.
this a lot. I kind of like this a lot.
Yeah. So I want to call out a few things really quickly. When you first land, they have a little promo at the top. This is great. Number one thing to pay attention to, this doesn't link out. This is underlined. It looks like it's a link. I can't click on this to book. There's nothing that I can get here. So refer a neighbor and receive 50 off your next service. There's no little code or anything like that. It's just a little promo here for that. Call or text for an estimate. I like the call or text. It is a click to call, so that's really nice. You got a home button here, and then they've got all of their different services, and they do quite a bit of different services. So I'm kind of here for this.
Yeah.
I want to say that it's a little overdone. I think this is a lot to include in a menu, especially if you're going to do something on mobile that's going to appear like a hamburger menu. But I'd say that's
I'd
pretty
be
dang good.
curious to see, Cody, if you go into the inspect and change it over to mobile, if that menu does kind of become a little more simplified.
Yeah, I like this menu too. Ooh, you'll notice there's a little bit of breakage there.
Could
Yeah,
also be could be because you're doing it on the inspect versus like actually on mobile.
also very true, very true. Noticing that anytime by texting stop, I'm just taking a look at their form here. This is another thing that you generally want to check out if you're looking at a website. You want to make sure that your form is optimized and easy to fill out. I'd say this is relatively straightforward. First, last, email, phone, address, city. They have a state to fill in, but it's not required. Zip code is required. How'd you find us? And then service details and
I,
notes. By
I
providing your
appreciate the
number, you
how'd you
agree to
find
receive a
us.
text updates. What was that, Jordan?
I appreciate the how'd you find us. That's something that we don't really collect enough in our PII
Hmm.
that I think would provide a lot of valuable information to kind of help us kind of know where we're finding most of our success.
Yeah. I will say they've got a list of services here. I don't like that refresh that we're getting every time.
I don't love that either. Um, we have James on our team who he had taught me, and I forget what the term is called, but basically like what it means like when you kind of are able to build those links in to where it doesn't like refresh you to a new page at the top and basically just kind
Mhm.
of imports the new page into the active one. I'll have to ask him on what that term is again. I kind of forget, but I feel like they could definitely use that there.
Yeah. You can tell that these are a little bit larger of an organization too. This is definitely, I mean, you get that from the multi locations that we've seen. If you go to the areas, they've got a bunch listed. But they've got a widget here powered by Deep Lawn, which makes me want to kind of go down that rabbit hole a little bit. As is, if you were rating this out of 10 for your initial view, what are you giving this out of 10?
I'm probably giving this like an 8.
I think this
No,
is
it's good. It's
definitely an 8.
clean. I like it. We found a couple little issues that we had with it personally, a little missed opportunities like up there in the header and stuff. But design wise, I really like it. It's very like clear and concise in its messaging. Yeah, no, I do like it. I also like that the logo kind of sits on the edge of the line there,
Yeah.
almost like it's right there on the edge, and it kind of does it down at the bottom in the footer as well.
Yep.
I think that's fun. Um,
It shows a little bit of actual design philosophy. Now, I want to call out trust signals really quickly because I think a lot of people will see this and be like, "Oh yeah, read our reviews. Here's a bunch of stuff." This I don't consider trust signals. This can be good. I don't think this is necessarily something that you shouldn't have. But this whole section I don't normally include on websites and I wouldn't include. I would include something like this where you can click read our reviews. Now when you click on that, it opens a Google search for all of the reviews. Ooh, 3 weeks ago they got a 2
so
star.
we can't see that coming up. We only see this screen you're
Oh, you
sharing.
can't see the reviews. Okay, well when you open this it actually opens the Google Business Profile review and that's pretty nice. I do appreciate this section that links you out directly to hey, go read our reviews. And it's worth noting, I want to call this out. You can see the box. This goes to biglakeslawn/Google dash reviews, correct? Can you see
No,
that on the screen share?
no, we don't see. Well, we don't really. I see your cursor, but like we don't see
Oh,
like the box down the bottom that says.
dang.
We'll
Okay.
trust you.
Well,
We'll trust you.
this goes to a page on their website that redirects to their Google business profile, which I think is also a very good trust signal. When you're linking directly to your Google business profile from your site, you generally have some really good trust signals.
Something I
Similarly,
see
like you
that they
said,
do that we aren't doing on ours that would probably be useful. I see they also have like a gallery, which I'm assuming is of past jobs. Um, I
ooh,
saw
where'd
that
you see
down there in the
gallery?
footer.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, I feel like something like this would definitely be beneficial, especially being in a service-based industry
Having
where someone can
a,
kind of see your jobs.
yeah, having a gallery of work I think can be useful. I will say I don't like how this gallery is set up.
A lot
Um,
of blank space that kind of seems a little odd there.
well, it's blank space and there's no labels on what was done. It's just pictures of houses.
Yeah, what happens when you click on them? Does it like take you to? Nope, it's just a light box.
Yeah. See, and I would want so like this is great. Did you lay a wall or cut grass? Like what
Yeah,
is this? This doesn't show me anything.
yeah, and
And
like
so
there's
I
a part of it that almost feels like they could be stock images.
exactly. And
You know?
so hey, maybe that's a good idea if you want to create a gallery, include some stock images. You don't need to really worry about it. I assume that these are real. If you include stock images and you're trying to do local business and people recognize, oh, that's actually not in an area that you're working in, that's not going to go well.
Yeah.
But you can be prepped for that.
I remember when first building our lawn care, um, I had done some stock images just on like the service pages, not as like a gallery of like saying it was our job or anything, but
Mhm.
very quickly it was back when we had like the old manager of Good Rep, and he was like, "Yeah, that tree right there isn't. You're not gonna find that tree in Florida." And I was like, "All right, I'll change that out."
Yeah. Automatic, accountable, and stress-free snow removal. They've got an FAQ. This is a great one.
Can you jump over to their contact page? I kind of want to see what type of information they provide on their contact page. Yeah,
Address.
simple, sweet, simple.
Hours are a
Same
little
form.
funky.
Hours are a little funky, uh, but ultimately kind of does what it needs to do there. They got, I'm assuming, a button to call up there in the hero as well.
Yep.
Not on the header, but in the hero. Yep, right there. Yeah,
This is great.
simple.
I'd say
Yeah.
this is a really solid example, man. All right, we got a couple more examples. We're gonna jump into it. We're gonna stop sharing that
One
one.
thing I would like to dive into, but it would be a little bit like tougher for us to dive into, is I
Yeah.
would like to scan that and see if I can find any like JSON schema, kind of see what they're doing on the back end there, or even like what their metadata is kind of looking like on that.
Yeah. I got another lawn care here. Lawnlove.com, Illinois, Chicago lawn care. So
Don't
I want to
love the design nearly as much. For initial reaction, first thing I'm seeing, don't love the design as much.
yeah, I will say this, there's a couple more signals that I'm seeing here, but I definitely am not appreciating this one as much. Let's scroll up really quick and I want to see what happens if I just go to Lawn Love. It brings me back. Okay. Okay. So this
the
is a nice.
entire the entire thing is done in that kind of 1080 uh like width there, like,
Yeah.
which I get it, you know, a lot of times you'll do that. I personally like to build out to 80% and give about 10% off the sides there. um
Okay.
but this one is definitely way more in, and what bothers me is it's not just in the body of this. It's, if you go down here to the footer, like you'll see it's still got that same like width there. Up there in the
Yeah.
header, it still has that. Let that breathe a little bit. Design wise, that's gonna do a lot if you can up that to about an 80% width.
Yeah. I will say, looking at this as well, this is very much a lead gen type website.
Yeah.
So you're going to notice under these resources, they have a bunch of services and they have a bunch of locations. I'm curious if they're a franchise or if they work with other businesses. So a site like this, a site like Lawn Love, might not own their own business. And indeed, if we go down to like their terms or privacy policy, the company is a platform. So acts as a platform to allow lawn care professionals who comply with company's policies to connect with other users who may desire lawn care services. So they actually operate as a business that connects lawn care companies with lawn care interested people. This is lead gen. Very similarly to what a lot of I don't want to say get rich quick, but like you know what I mean when what are they called? Side hustlers. It's
Yeah.
one of those side hustles that people get into quite often where it's like, hey, create a lawn care website, start generating leads, and if you get traffic, you can sell those leads to a lawn care company for $100 a piece. And a lawn care company would love to buy those phone calls. So, for example, this phone number probably earns them $100 every time you call it. For example, it's probably not $100, but just to give you an idea of how sites like this operate. So I want to go back.
Yeah, by the way, we're still just seeing the front page. Yeah.
Oh, it didn't bring you to.
No.
Oh
No.
my goodness.
It's whatever window or tab that you're selecting, like it stays on that. If you change the page, it does, but if you open a new tab, yeah.
Yeah. So this is company as a platform. This is what I was reading here. And I was actually going back to Lawn Love to look at that. But I was going to look because this is specifically the very best lawn care services in Chicago. So this is looking for specific Chicago based resources. And what I assume is if you search lawn care Chicago and you're in the area, or if you're lawn care near me, you would be able to find this specific page. And
Yeah.
what's this company does really well is you're going to notice, get the best lawn care. How does it work? Top rated lawn care services in Chicago. Here are some of the people who work in Chicago that are part of this brand. So 161, 300, bunch of people who are ready to do lawn care work. If you're willing to reach out to those, it's all very local to Chicago. And it looks like there's even a way for customers to upload their own pictures, which would be super cool. Show more photos. Now, this is when we talked about it, Jordan, in that previous one, this is the gallery where it labels the people at least.
Yeah.
And this looks like a person took this photo. I like this a lot more than that other gallery. But this could also be stock images.
Yeah, no, no, I believe that these are probably real ones for sure.
Yeah,
Um,
trust signals. They give you a
yeah,
little bit more on that.
absolutely, absolutely. One of the things that definitely also, I mean, I know we've already gone to the terms and we saw that this is a platform. We've already like determined that.
Yeah.
But another thing is like when they can sit here and give you like, yeah, Chicago, and then you scroll down to the footer down there and you see that they are located out of like it says right there, but on a different page you were on, it said it was California.
Yep. And it's based on so we can actually go if I go like directly to Lawn Love, we go back here.
Yeah,
Now it's San Diego, California. And I'm assuming if I go to like a different
go Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids, see my oh at once. Look at that.
Ah, look at them.
That
Look
I
at them
honestly
trying to
respect
get
it.
your info.
I kind of respect it. So with that said, Jordan, how are you going to rate this one? Lawn Love, the lead gen lawn care service.
Um, I mean, for what it's trying to do, I feel like it definitely works. I don't know if these things down in the corner are actually being true to you, and it's telling you all these people that have booked lawn care through them. But if that is true, I think they're doing a great job because I've seen that come up a lot so far in your time here.
Yeah.
Um, Again, these guys aren't really providing a service other than connecting you to the people who will actually provide the service. And
Yep.
for that, I think it does well. But as far as design goes, it's kind of anxiety inducing to me. I don't like things being as smushed together as they kind of are on this.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. I feel like it gives me very spammy vibes, and I don't love that. The trust I have for this is kind of a little bit lower than it would be for the other one.
Yeah. You can see some mobile optimizations.
I'm probably giving this one a 6.5.
Six and a
Six
half
and a half,
comparatively.
57. Yeah.
6, 7, right? Well, heck yeah. Okay, cool. I'm here for that one. We've got three more to get through here, and I kind of I'm ready. I'm ready to get your opinion on this next one because you're going to recognize it. It's one we know and love. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom. 10 out of 10. Perfect.
This is one that we've worked on previously. So hit us with some feedback. If you've got thoughts on this lawn care website, I'd love to hear them because this is our one of our first passes, one of our originals, one of our OGs. Now, what do you like? What do you dislike, Jordan? Hit us.
Um, I enjoy the colors. They're nice and calming, nothing too aggressive. Um, I like that it gives you all the contact information straight up in the header up there. All of it is clickable. It'll all take you to something. I
Hmm.
believe even the address there should take you to the address location on Google Maps. Does it not?
No, it does not.
Okay, well that should be doing that.
I know it has
I
it
like
down
how
here.
that is down there. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's easy to navigate. You know exactly what you're getting out of it. A lot of empty space on it, which I personally, as a design, like. But I mean, I could see it being utilized a little bit more. One thing it doesn't do, unlike some of the other ones, we don't have a contact directly in the top. Ours is further down. It's not in that first fold. I know we've been pretty big on trying to get that a little bit more uh, like right in
Yeah,
that first fold across the board on all of our sites. Something for us to consider there. But I think it does a great job. Speaking from experience on this one, I kind of know that it really works to kind of target locations specifically, trying to get capitalized on like local SEO across all of these locations. Um, I know some of these places we didn't exactly provide for, but then in those situations, if we have a location like that where someone will come sign up for somewhere like Bocala or something where maybe we don't go to, at least then we can do kind of like that what that last site we did, and connect them to somewhere and hopefully still make a little bit of money off that.
exactly. Being able to have that opportunity, including a actual list of our Google reviews, I think this is something that
Yeah.
I really
So
like.
I enjoy that so much more seeing them like API'd in versus like just copying and pasting because I know firsthand when you see like right there on a website and it's not from Google's actual reviews, you can put anything you want in those.
Hmm. Well, when you can start filling in anything you want with anything you want, you can start doing a lot of really really crazy things. Now, I want to call out a few of the weaknesses. I do think that we need to get form above the fold. It's something that we've messed with quite a bit. Having the form towards the bottom, learn more, get started brings you down there. Get a free quote brings you down there. It is the thing to move. Actually, ooh, learn more. Oh, it's the learn more to figure out pricing.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough. But being able to get down and actually fill out the form is the main thing. We've messed with it. I do want to get that up and above the fold though. We've
yeah,
tested it on a couple of our different websites and we actually do have it above on some of our more recent lawn care sites. But I do think that's a weakness. That's my biggest hang up. There's a couple of little things out there as well. You like that extra space. I'm not the biggest fan, but
yeah.
this is not too much.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, when you compare it to like I was saying on that last one, you see like we definitely do kind of run a little wider in some of the
Mhm.
sections. Some of them are still a little skinnier, but it's better than how it had it all the way down, was just completely cutting off the sides there. So I appreciate that. My biggest complaint I would see while I see you going through the site, some of the image load times seem a little
Yeah.
slow. Would like to see that get improved. Um, um, but yeah, ultimately, I think it does its job pretty well. I mean, I'll be honest, if we're going to be our own critics here,
Oh,
I would
100%.
say the very first one we looked at, honestly, is probably even a little bit better than ours here. I did like that first site we looked at more than I like, in review looking at it. And there's a lot of things that I would kind of take from that if I was
Yeah.
to do
Well,
the.
and it's you gotta recognize the different levels of lawn care companies too. This is a one city lawn care company with a couple of trucks. That one we originally looked at, I wanna say they had, like
Branches or like,
yeah, they had, like, 20 or 30 cities that they were operating out of.
yeah, very
So it's a
different than.
little bit different scenario, and when you grow like that, when you get that large and you have that ability, you're really able to invest in that marketing. And I'm sure that is a company that has a specific marketing team dedicated to just their lawn care site.
Yeah.
Um, and that's honestly really cool to see.
Some
But
things
that
that are.
said, if you were giving
Sorry.
us a number rating,
Number rating, I'm probably giving this one 7.8.
7.8. I'm probably giving it an 8. I think we can do better. I think if we put more time.
I would give it an 8 too, but then I realized I just said it's underneath the first site that we looked at, and then I gave that one an 8. So
Ah,
so I can't
fair,
go.
fair, fair. I do want to say, like the lawn care sites that we're looking at, there's a variance to all of them, how big they all are, and kind of what they do. Take all of what we're saying with a recognizing, hey, this brand is doing some things correctly. Every brand is doing something correctly because they're still around. Even the ones that are failing are trying to do something correctly. So there's always something to learn from every website you go to, and there's always something that they can do better.
Yeah,
So take that. We're not trying to be too critical here. You send over these reviews to people. Don't get too angry at us. But hey,
I think we were pretty nice to both of those actually. I mean, we ranked them higher than, or I ranked one of them at least
oh,
higher than our own site. So
I was gonna call out a new one here.
let's
One of
do it.
our
Oh, okay, this is the one that we're about to tear down. Gotcha.
oh no, not tear down. I was just gonna call them out because they're another local competitor to one of our clients, and they did just do a full update of their site.
I see that. Yeah, man. I remember looking at their site like back, like around a year ago when I was working on Cape Coral Lawn Care, because yeah, they are directly in the same city. They are direct competition. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, wow. It looks much better. I gotta say, it does look a lot better. There's still a few things that maybe I would see done differently. I was about to note about ours that I would like to see us add in an FAQ page.
hmm,
Like I would personally probably do an entire page dedicated to it versus just having it as a section on the homepage. Um,
yeah,
but that would be cool. Also, like a careers page, even if we don't have any openings, I do think that that's like a good thing to kind of help add to the Google's trust factor. So something along those lines as well could be nice to have. Um,
yeah.
yeah, this definitely does look a lot better. I so being somebody who has vibe coded a handful of things, and I've seen kind of how it works. If you go back to that last page,
Oh, you can see it here.
yeah,
Our
and then like
mission.
I saw scroll down a little bit more, keep going. There's that heading right there. You see how it something you'll notice like that our services bubble right there.
Yep.
like as like a little section right above a heading. AI, Chat GPT in specific, loves to do that. Loves to do that. And as soon as I see that, I go, that is AI.
Yeah. Our approach is defined by, well, and it's recognizing, hey, sometimes you need to use AI. You'll
Yeah,
recognize someone did spend some time on this. We've got a full width here, and I'll be straight up. This initial homepage, this above the fold looks phenomenal. There's just so much extra space here.
yeah.
This copy is a little bit difficult to read.
Yeah, I would
And
probably put like a gradient, like a transparent white gradient or something over the top of that image back there.
yeah,
Maybe not white because that might make it a little bit even harder to read with the white text over it. But
yeah,
like, I would definitely be doing something to kind of lighten the details on that image up there.
yeah. And you can see down here they kind of blurred out with some.
Yeah, things like that. Yeah,
Yeah, we don't overpower, we deliver. Trusted across Southwest Florida. You can tell that this is probably an AI whipped up. This bar not working, like I don't know what this all
what
is.
happens when you click the arrow on the side?
Oh, it
But there's
goes.
but there's no arrow going left, is there?
No, there is not.
That's
I think it goes
interesting.
back to this.
Yeah, it just restarts itself. That's interesting.
So there's that. There's a couple of little things that I feel like can be fixed up, but you can tell that there's energy and effort here. This is one
And
of those websites where I would look into this and be like, "Hey, you have a marketing guy who did this all by themselves. You have someone who put in time, energy, and effort and probably didn't have enough backup to iterate on what you were looking for." And this is the type of site where I worry the back end is a mess.
yeah,
Um, that is my one worry when I see something like this, especially knowing where they came from. So this is a great site. Where they were before was a little bit different. I want to call out a few of the big things. We don't have a great button. Get a free quote brings you to request a free quote, and I've got to like scroll to find this form. Like that's not good, and it's not even like scroll. I can go and select a date, time, Scooter's lawn care project consultation. So you can schedule a consultation without even. Interesting. I wonder what they actually request here. Name, last name, phone, email. I wonder if it's just a. Oh, okay. They do get a street address, budget, project type, project description. They probably call you once you schedule.
oh,
So
for
there's at least that. They have a client portal, but it's. Oh my goodness, man. There's just a little bit messy here, and
yeah.
people need to make it to your booking a lot more easily.
I do want
This.
to stress though, we saw what it looked like before this, and it is a vast improvement. Like,
Oh
there's
hell yeah.
room for criticism, but they also did make it much better than it was before.
Yeah. And I wanna call it out mainly because this does look really good. You've got really good pictures in here, and they have a really good team and a really good setup. I think they could do a little bit more with design. Like this, I don't know why, but this bothers me.
Yeah,
I'm
like I said, I like empty space, but like it's about knowing when to use it. It's about knowing how to kind of capitalize on your
gonna
negative,
free
your
quote.
positive and negative space.
Yeah.
Um,
I wonder if they mobile optimize first, because on mobile this looks really good.
I could definitely see that. I mean, I still though that arrow and stuff is kind of like bugging me in
Yeah.
like that bar, but
But it looks like when I look at things like this looks like it was supposed to be mobile optimized. Like this,
yeah.
So there's an argument to be made for mobile first optimization. If you're optimizing, ooh, falls off there. But if you're optimizing for mobile first, I can respect that. A lot more people are most likely finding your lawn care company directly on their phones. But if you're going to be there, you got to have a click to call button. That's not just down here. When I inspected, was that still there?
When you
Yeah, that click
inspect,
to
yeah,
call
we
button
still
was
see
there.
it.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
cool.
it's just it's not even when you go to a new tab. It's only when you open a new tab without like when you middle mouse button open something.
Oh, I more so meant this little call button. Can you see
Oh,
that call button on here?
we can see the button, but we don't see what happens if you click it.
Yeah. Careers employee portal. Not a bad site. What are you rating this one?
Um, Probably just because of like the little like AI issues and stuff like that, where you can see like I'm probably giving it, I don't know, like a 6.5 maybe.
Yeah, I'm giving it probably I from where they've come, I'm giving it a 7. I think they do have some good trust signals. They have a Calendly in here. They're trying. You can see effort and they feel like a real like this feels like a real person website. It
Yeah,
doesn't feel like an AI faceless company. And I think that that gives
yeah,
you a boost from 6.5 to 7 for me, for
yeah.
sure.
The company feels real. The website feels very AI, but like the company itself feels very real. They do a great job of having a lot of images of their employees. And
Yep.
I think, like you said, for trust factor, that goes a long way. And just like the more tangible, the more like when you order like a service, like being able to like picture the people who are coming out, I think that that goes a long way.
Yeah. All right. We're going to speed around. We're hitting time here. You got 30 seconds to give me a quick rundown on this next one, and then we're going to jump into closing out. Garden of Eden here. We got a nice little pop up.
I think the pop up could be a little more stylized.
Doesn't
Um,
bring us anywhere. Find out more. Brings us to a contact.us dash one footer down
First
here.
initial thought, kind of like some of the design elements to it, but ultimately this feels like this is going to be a very thin website. It doesn't feel like there's a whole lot more than what you're seeing right now. Back end wise, probably isn't super deep. But then again, this is just my 30-second review. I appreciate that. I do like the image slider there. If these are real reviews being pulled from Google, that'd be nice, although I don't see any signs that it is.
Nah.
Um, this is a little messy. This is definitely a messy section here. Could find a way to really condense this and clean this up.
Policies.google.com/terms and the Google privacy policy
Again, we don't
recaptcha.
see those when you open those up. They
They've
got
got a
privacy
map
policy at
down
the
here, which
bottom.
is nice. Accept the
I don't get
cookies.
why it's so big.
Powered by GoDaddy AI. Do you see that at the bottom?
Yeah.
Boom.
Go
So I'm
to
gonna go ahead and
the
give this one a
contact
5.
up at the top. The contact us, or is this all anchored within one page?
Oh,
Yep.
this is contact us page right here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, there's like definitely could use some love. I appreciate having FAQ though. They got a number at the top. I appreciate them slapping their number wherever they can. That's going to help them, like at least in searches, show up. It looks like you can click on that. Does that take you anywhere? Takes you back to the home page, right at the top of the home page. Interesting.
Yeah. Pretty basic. Lists out the services. Look at the footer over here is different. The contact us is different depending on the page.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not a lot of consistency here, and
Yeah.
that's the major problem. If you're going to use AI, use it, but you're going to have to fix it up a little bit, I feel.
Five
Now,
out of 10.
5 out of 10. I'm giving it a 5 out of 10. But hey, Jordan, thanks so much for joining me on this episode of Lunch with the Boys. If you own a company and you want us to do a review like that, if you want us to take a look at your business, we do offer free 30-minute audits where we will look at just your business and everything that you could possibly do to succeed. If you're interested in that, goodrep.media/chat. Go check out our website, goodrep.media, or email me at cody@goodrep.media. And I'd love to chat with you. I'll get you a link out over there. And yeah, we're working on new businesses. We're working on improving our rankings every single day. If that's something that you want, I'd love to help out. Now, Jordan, anything that you want to leave the people off on? If you're starting a lawn care company, any good advice? Any final words?
Um, the first thing people are going to judge your website on is its design. So definitely make sure you tighten that up in certain situations, like some of what we've seen today.
Yeah, definitely. Design is important. Ease of use is important. If people can't book, if people have to jump through too many hoops to actually schedule a service with you, they're not going to do it. So make sure you simplify that as best you can. And thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Lunch with the Boys. We will be back next week on the Joey Matterhorn channel Monday at noon talking about building a website that actually brings you in leads. How visual sales landers works, landing pages, where you want the form, mobile optimizations, all that good stuff. And then next week, Tuesday at noon, we're going to be talking about how to get customer reviews. If you're a small business and you're struggling to get your customers to review your business, it's the episode for you because we're going to give you a lot of tips and tricks on how to get that done. Now, join us for that. Thanks so much, Jordan, again for being here. And we will see you guys next week.